Hey guys, welcome to another recap of American Idol. It's still the auditions, and this week we're in Orlando, Florida. So the guest judge this week is Kristin Chenowith, and for some reason the judges weren't all together at the beginning. Just Kara and Kristin Chenowith were there, and the boys, Simon, Randy, and Ryan, were on some kind of a boys trip. I mean, come on, I know they're not gay, but don't tell me some freaky stuff's not going on there. Alright, so they started off the Orlando with the pretty scarf guy, Theo Glinton. He sang Heartbreaker by Pat Benatar, and he was really yelly. I mean, I don't think he was horrible, but Kara had to pull the sweetie out of the bag. And she was like, oh no, wrong way, sweetie, don't go out that door. No, sweetie, no. Yeah, so that was a no. Then they showed a little video package on Kara and Kristin Chenowith made some kind of a girl pact. I don't know what that means. I don't think I want to know what that means, but this whole episode was just really weird. Then they had a little Simon montage about all the funny, weird, rude things that he says. And you know what? I really love Simon. I'm sorry. He's cut out of the same cloth that I am, I guess. My favorite line from him was, "You sang as if you had sat on a cat." Or if you're a Brit, "You sang as if you sat on a cat." No, that was a horrible British accent. I should be shot. I'm off the show. All right. Up next was the parent of a child with autism. And being the parent of a child with autism myself, I can really relate. And it's a great backstory for Seth Rollins. Yeah, I think he's going to be really popular with voters because, what is it, like 1 in 100 kids have autism right now? So he sang Someone to Watch Over Me, and he totally reminded me of Aaron Neville, and it was an overwhelming yes from the judges. So yeah, I'm interested to see what he's going to be doing in the season. All right, then there was a When You Wish Upon a Star montage, because after all, it's Florida, you know, Disney World or Land. I can never get them straight, which one is Disney World and which one is Disneyland. Does it really matter? So it was kind of confusing though, because it was a montage of happy and sad, which was surprising because that song is more of like a happy song, so it was really weird to see people's dreams being crushed. So up next was Jermaine Purifoy. It was his second time around. Obviously he didn't make it the first time, otherwise there wouldn't be a second time. He sang that song Smile. He said it was by Tony Bennett. I always associate that song, since Michael Jackson died, with Michael Jackson, because supposedly that was his favorite song. It was a good choice for him. He had a really great voice. The judges were really digging it. It's a yes. Second time's a charm. Alright, so last up for day one was an 18-year-old who was born not able to use the left side of her mouth. Some kind of nerve didn't develop in there or something when she was born. Her name is Shelby Dressel. She was really good, I thought. She had a memory slip during her audition, and she was like, oh shit, which was really funny, which was very endearing and charming. I think that's what got her through. They said her voice wasn't that good, but I thought it was pretty good. But they said it was more for charm. It's a yes. So 18 others from day one, including Shelby Dressel. Day two, no guest judge. Kristin Chenowith had to go to New York. I think it was she was sick of the Cara. Yeah, Jay Stone was up first. He is like a sound effects dude, beatboxer, singer guy. And he was interesting as hell. But not something I'd want to hear more than one time. Like, just hearing it once, that's enough for the rest of my life. I wouldn't buy a record to hear it over and over and over. But, now here's the interesting part. He can really sing. Really well, I thought. But it was kind of a turnoff that he had done the beatboxing thing first. If he had just done the audition without the beatboxing thing, I think it would have been like an overwhelming yes for him. But they had to manufacture some drama, like they do every episode, and they had to convince Randy that he should go through. So it was a yes for him. Then they follow the formula every audition show. The trio of yeses. That would be Janell Wheeler, Brittany, Starr James, and Cassie Bedford. All yeses. So Cornelius Edwards was up next, and he's got some stripper friends. I mean, who doesn't? So he ended up doing a flying split like the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders do, and he ripped the hell out of his pants. I mean, it was ripped like down to the knees practically, in the crotch area. He couldn't have been a crotch bomber because his bomb would have fallen out. So I don't know whether he could actually sing or not. I was so distracted by his ripping pants, and I think the judges were too, but they were like, "You've earned it, dude. You're going to Hollywood." So, yeah. All right. Sisters were up next. Bernadette and Amanda DeSimone from Jersey. Yeah. They have a beauty salon in their house. Doesn't everyone? And I think it was like deja vu. Haven't I heard this already this week? Somebody had a salon in their house. It was manufactured drama again. They decided to let them both go through. I don't foresee them being built to last in the Hollywood auditions, so we'll see what happens. All right, Jarrod Norell up next. He sang Amazing Grace, and it was amazing, but not in a good way. I'm not really sure whether he was like messed up or high or something, but obviously there was something wrong with him. And Kara, you don't pull the "Are you serious?" out of the bag with someone who's not right. So he kind of freaked out and he couldn't accept no for an answer. And he sang Amazing Grace again. And again. And again until they had to call security. But security couldn't even handle him. So then they had to call the cops and they had to cuff him and drag him away. I think that's the first time I've ever seen somebody actually being cuffed on the show. So, a little dangerous. Last contestant from Orlando, Matt Lawrence. He went on an adventure when he was a teenager, which meant that he robbed a bank with a BB gun. And he ended up in jail for 4 years. And he's really sorry about it. I gotta give him some credit that, you know, how many people would say that? I mean, well, even to get on the show, I guess. I don't know. It's embarrassing. But he's sorry. He sang the song Trouble. It was appropriate that he sang that, but it really showed a lot of heartfelt, you know, he just wanted forgiveness. And it was a yes, because he's genuine, and I kind of do like him. He reminds me of the roughneck Michael Sarver from last season. You know, kind of the big teddy bear kind of guy. So that means the auditions are over for Orlando. 31 in total. Not too shabby. A lot better than last night's 13 from Chicago with even more people, you know, in the Raw auditions. Next week, it's LA. Los Angeles. And yes, one of the guest judges is Katy Perry. So until next week, much love.